Hi Scrapbookers, I'm coming to you with no makeup, but I have not been scrapbooking for a week. I had a cold and oh yeah, took it right out of me. But I have the winner, a couple days late, sorry about that. And I also just wanted to show you the process that I use for when I'm switching gears. So I'm going to take a little break from the story play, but don't worry, I'm coming back to it. But I just wanted to show you how I clear out my space, and then I want to talk to you about, or tell you about what I'm going to be up to. So, yay! So the first thing is the winner of the Quizapalooza class at Big Picture Classes, and that's with Angie Lucas, and it's already started, so I'm seriously sorry. Okay, so the winner is Casu Everyday Life. And she wrote, Katie, great page. I think being a mom is the best job in the world. She's blessed to have 3 healthy and happy kids and a wonderful husband. So, Casu Everyday Life, you won. And I will send you, get in touch with me so I can send you the code. And so that's the number one thing. It's the 20th today, so I think it started on Thursday. So we're like 2 days late. And I just had the kind of cold where I just slept for a week, did nothing else. So, this is the bin that I'm referring to in my, the bin that I have full of scrapbook paper, and so I refer to that a lot in the videos. It's right here, just on this Alex cart, and then these were the envelopes that I used for those, for those kits that I made for story play. And I'll just move this out of the way a little bit so you can see how messy my desk is. Let me pause for a minute and then you'll get a little bit closer, but I just kind of wanted you to see the whole setup right now as it is. Yeah, it's a mess, but it won't be for long. Hold on. Okay. So this is the mess we're dealing with. These were the papers that kind of kept on growing in that kit. You remember I kept adding and adding and adding. And there's a couple that I want to pull out. Well, just this one, really. I'm going to be working on a project with Jenny Bolin supplies, so I'll just pull that because I see that's a Jenny Bolin supply right there. Oh gosh. So, what I want to do is just get everything back into one of these envelopes. And this one's almost great because it's a little bit broken. So I will just put this in here. Okay. Not perfect, but pretty good. And then these were all of the letter stickers and all that sort of thing that I've been using. I'm just going to throw those in to this. Now normally I would put them all the way back into where I keep all my letter stickers, but I'm going to come back to this project, so I want to be able to recreate this messy desk. And I'm also going to pull out my Jenny Bolin letter stickers, so I'll put those over there with that. But the rest of them are just going to go into this envelope. And really, I just want to clear the deck of my desk. So these little, plastic envelopes really help a lot. And then let's put these in here. I never even opened up this kit. There's still a lot to do with that kit, and I promise I will get back to it. Well, I shouldn't promise, because then I'll not do it. But there we go. And then all this other stuff on my desk. So this is just like a little trash bin. I don't mind keeping that on the desk. But the rest of it can go to, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got what do they call those things? Raskog carts. So all the pens and the tapes and that sort of thing go back into my Raskog cart. And I'll start pulling those out as soon as I start working. But I do like to just start with a clean desk. So here we go. Here's a few more, and even like the pictures that I was working on, I'll just put those into those envelopes as well. Yeah. So it's not as bad as it looks. And then I have this tray full of embellishments. See, I still have a little, you can still hear the cold, or I can still hear the cold in my voice. But all of these are already on a tray, so those can move just like they did. So you see where I'm going with all this? These little punches, since I use them a lot, you can go back into my cart. And let me just back you up and I'll show you where it's all going to go. Okay, so we're back. And this is an Alex cart. And it just has like, this is mainly my silhouette supplies. And those are just, most of the things in here are on trays, so I can just remove the whole drawer all at once. So I'm going to be using this deeper drawer down here, and hopefully I'll be able to get all of this in here. So this tray, the full of embellishments tray, which is really just the lid of a plastic bin, could go right on the top. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit everything in here. And then the envelopes can theoretically go right on top. I don't think they're all going to fit into that drawer. Then I can easily rearrange this drawer for the rest of that. So the rest of that can just go down into this drawer, and then these are just some random, random embellishments. They're not really anything specific. And then these are actually markers, so they'll go in my Hellmar. I'll show you that. Okay, I'm back. It's an odd angle. But my Hellmar is right here, and I have just a drawer for markers. And so I pull that drawer out actually quite a bit. But the little bins can fit right into there. And this is the bin I use for the Copics all the time. And then they can fit right back into the Hellmar. Ta-da! So we're getting there. I want to clear off a few more things, so I have a completely clear desk. So I'm going to bring the Jenny Bolin stuff back up onto my table. Pens and pencils drawer. I will bring this very heavy bin full of paper, but I like having it handy. It's just like a whole bunch of papers that's right there for me. And then I brought home a new pack of Sharpies. They'll go in the marker drawer too. Oops. Yeah. Well, maybe they'll go in the markers drawer. With a little bit of cramming. Okay, so I have my new supplies. I'm going to be working with these. And let me just show you what else I'm going to clear off. So hold on just a sec. Okay, so this part of the Expedit is still kind of like a hot mess. I don't use all that stuff all that often, but it's close by. But what I kind of wanted to focus on was all of this up here. And so when I'm not using these, I actually have a closet with an empty shelf where I can put all of those. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. So it'll be like magic. Well, I'll just show you how long that takes. I won't even turn off the camera. Somebody told me they thought that was so funny when I did that. But this shows you, it's just a closet in a hallway very close by, and I can just take all of these and like really clear the decks, which is so nice. so that's, and I think I might even want to, these are some of those antique photos that I've been working with. And I know they're not in the cute little bin, but I'm going to put those in the closet too, because I'm not going to use those right now. And I just want to get them out of the way. So what am I left with? I know this doesn't look pretty, but I use this when I take pictures of my layouts. I just stand on there. And then I have a whole bunch of photos that seem really recent, but they're getting older, you know. So this is kind of what my desk looks like now. I know that doesn't look all that beautiful, does it? I kind of wanted to just mentally clear the decks too. So I have a drawer in my tanker desk where I can keep newer photos. I think I might be running out of space in that drawer. I still do have space in that drawer, but I think I don't want to separate these photos. I'm not ready yet to get, so I'm going to keep them here in this box. But I think I will, on the bottom part of my Rascog, that's where those photos are going to go. So they're just sitting at the bottom there. So what's on my desk now? I'll show you. I think that's pretty good, actually. So let me give you a better view so you can see what's on the desk. Oops, I'll turn this off first. Okay, so that was like Operation Clear the Decks. So now this expedite is all clear on the top. I have the little bin for trash. It's empty, so I don't mind having that on the desk. I have my new kit, which is from Jenny Bolin, which I'll show you in the next video, which may take a little while. I might not put this up immediately, but I'm going to be making several pages with this kit, and I won't show you what's in there yet, but next video I will. And I've got a couple of Jenny Bolin supplies that I'm just going to throw on the top there. And then I've got my cutter, a lamp, my cutting mat, and then underneath my cutting mat I have this like just the back of a pad of paper, so if I want to do any stamping and get messy, I can do that. And then next to me I have just my regular bin that I keep full of pattern paper, and then a couple of storage folders for photos. And so I'm so excited to get into this. This is going to be fun. This is a new thing for me. So I've got the Jenny Bolin kit, which I will show you in another video. And then I'm going to be, so what I'm going to be working on is making pages from this kit. And then after I'm finished with that, and I have house guests this week, but after I'm finished with that, I will get back to Story Play, so don't despair. I'm still excited about Story Play, and I'm getting back to it. And then the other thing I have back here is this thing, the Rascog. This has like, you know, random adhesives, it's got scissors, it's got washi tape, it's got the photos that I just talked about, and so that's all at the ready. And my sewing machine is still broken. I need to order a new one. Just packing material. Yeah, so that's the Clear the Decks, and I can like get all that stuff out from the Story Play kits because they're right there in my Alex carts. Now, what happens over time is like those Alex cart drawers will fill up, and then I'll have to like either, you know, get rid of that stuff or, you know, do something with it. But it's a great, like, really quick little fix to say, I want to clear the decks and have all of my space, like, fresh slate. And I like to start creating that way. Let me get to some of the comments, and I'll be right back. Okay, you ready for comments? I'm a little mortified that I'm making this and I haven't put on any makeup, and I feel, yeah. Anyways, I'll get over that. So I'm going to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna click into the comments and just a minute. Oh, where do I go? Yeah, I really do turn on this thing and then just start talking. Okay, I think I go to Video Manager. So if you're looking at your own YouTube, then you can go to Video Manager, then Community, and then Comments. Awesome. Okay, hi Jax Girl. So she says, I will go through you to buy it from Amazon. Thank you. And so that's just if you go to my blog, Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, and you click on to any of the Amazon links. If you buy anything you want, it doesn't have to be the thing I linked at Amazon, then 4% of the purchase, it doesn't cost anything extra to you, but 4% of the purchase then goes back to the cost of operating the blog and that stuff, sort of thing. It's not a ton, I'm not getting rich, but it's nice to be able to, like, I paid some annual fees to Typepad, to like GoDaddy for the domain name and some other things, and it just helps defray the cost and helps justify, like, why are we subscribing to that again? To my husband. It's not a big deal, but it's nice to say, like, oh, well, you know, I'm making it up with the Amazon thing. And then the next one, she said, disappointed that it cut off short. Yeah, I had, there were a couple of videos. It was called, let me see, it was called Get It Scrap Product Play Layouts number 3 and 4. And I think I was videotaping those, like, sort of during when we were doing the live chat. And I already had too many videos saved up on the iPad, and it did. So I was sorry about that too. But I think people still liked it. I got 6 thumbs up, so thank you. Okay, let's go back. Hopefully. Okay, so Kasu Everyday said, I love, love, love using gelatos on my page. I bought a small pack of them in the beginning of this year, and after watching numerous Wilna Furstenberg scrap process videos, yeah, she does really amazing stuff with those gelatos, and so does Moo, oh, what's her name? She teaches at Big Picture, and she lives in Tampa. And so I learned gelatos from her at my local scrapbook store, and let me just show you what gelatos are. Sorry, this is wiggling. This is what I'm talking about, the Faber-Castell. And they're like, I don't know what they are. They're newfangled. Like, I didn't ever see that kind of thing growing up. But it's just a fun, it's almost like a pastel, but it's, I think it's water soluble, which like an oil pastel wouldn't be. And I know there's a different thing called pan pastels. There's just different ways of, you know, applying color to your page. She does amazing things with gelatos, paints, etc. I took both of her online classes, and they were the best classes that I ever took. Wow, that's cool. I learned so much, and I have made numerous beautiful pages with the techniques that Wilna taught. I'm thrilled with the results. I know that someone else on the Get It Scrap creative team, Marie-Pierre Capistran, I think she took those classes too, and a lot of her layouts really look Wilna inspired, and she makes some really beautiful pages. You should check her out. Her name is Marie-Pierre Capistran, and she makes very beautiful pages. And she's got little kids, so all of the pictures are adorable. If you want an excellent source of inspiration for using gelatos, check out Wilna's work and you'll be pleased. Cool. Have a great day, Kim. So Kim, you won. Well, you probably saw the beginning of this, and I'll try to send you a note. The next one is Leanne Williams says, you crack me up. I love how you just rolled with the blooper. I don't remember what the blooper is, but yeah. These are not rehearsed or edited videos, people. No, they're not.
And I'm glad that you're okay with that. But I've gotten some comments that have said something like, well, did you go into the other room? It like just makes us really think that you're like our virtual scrap buddy. So good. The next one is Tracy Zook. Wow, that's a lot of kits. I hope you kill them, but I know you don't care if you do. So those are the kits that I just put away. And I will bring those back out. There's a lot of good stuff in those kits, and there's a lot more fun with story play. And right now it is September 20th, but I think it lasts for, I want to say it lasts for 2 months, but then I saw that she had like 2 or 3 other things, so I don't know. I'm a little confused. But I think they're 2 months, but she might have extra content at the end. I thought I saw like 3 more things that were kind of story related. But then I know that the interviews that relate to story play are going through definitely October and maybe like the beginning of November. So we have lots more to work on with those kits. And the next one was also Tracy Zook. I don't have this tool, but very cool anyways. And I think she's talking about the silhouette, which is right here. And recently, my daughter's discovered the silhouette, so she'll come in and she'll want me to make her, like, make me a box, make me a narwhal, she's got different things she wants me to make her, and it's good, because, you know, I can use up, like, the old scrapbook paper that I would get rid of otherwise. Okay, so Adria Black 20 says, love your videos and real-time recordings. I tend to watch them on lunch break or commute. So I don't know how you're watching them on the commute, but that's cool. So it may take a couple of tries to finish, but I still love the length. Cool. I guess if you were like on the subway or a bus or something. We took the subway. Let's go way off topic. We took the subway in Washington D.C. over the summer, and I could totally see watching videos going in if you had a good connection, you know. Okay, next is Kim MC. If you like scrapbooking podcasts, try out Coffee Time with Sandra and Lisa on iTunes. It's a relatively new podcast with 2 friends, one in Canada and one in the U.S., chatting about all things crafty. Great to have playing in the background while you scrap. Yep. Love the videos. Keep them coming. And so that kind of reminds me, there used to be this podcast called, it was like Diva or something like that. But it was like a woman and a man. And I think they were sponsored by a company. But it was like Diva Scrap Time or Diva Craft. I don't know. It was something like that. It was a way long time ago. Like, I want to say like 2006. It was a super long time ago. Let's see if we can find Coffee Time with what? Sandra and Lisa. So I'm just going to Google that. Coffee Time with Sandra and Lisa. Okay, it's there, it looks like. So I'm getting it, and it looks like they made a video. It looks like they're doing the Thriller dance. Okay, so they've got a little ad before their... No, I don't know. Oh, they've got an intro. Okay, it's cute. I guess I'm not hearing it. I don't have any fancy intros. They've got a fancy intro. Cute. So, okay, it looks like they met each other on YouTube. Oops. And now they get together. So they're doing... Oh, I'll have to check that out. It says you can also find them on thepinkcamera.com, which is what I thought the ad was, but I think that's just their website. Let me click through to that. I know you can't see this. Okay, so the Pink Camera is 2 best friend memory keepers. And then they've got the podcast there. So you can, if you go to thepinkcamera.com, you can hear the podcast from there as well. I will check that out. Cool. That was from Kim. Thanks, Kim. And then she says, love the videos, keep them coming. I'll try. I do sometimes, and then there's sometimes when nothing happens, so that happens. Okay, next up is Mary M. Love the layout, and that was a story play layout, I think the one without any photos. If later you make other layouts with photos, this could be your index sheet. Yeah, and that was like my, I think I just listed date-wise all the things we did on this like 20-day road trip. So I can envision, I still don't have all the pictures printed. I still haven't even gone through all of them. There are so many. That is on my to-do list. Yeah. But yeah, I can, like, so I have all of the events all listed out, and then I could even do, like, some Project Life divider pages, and then just, like, link up the number 1 in the list to the, it could work. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you have something where you want to remember all these different events, not bad to make a table of contents, even if you don't have the pages made yet. That could work. Okay, next up is Kasu Everyday, which we know is Kim. Hi, Kim. Hi, Katie. I just wanted to let you know that I'm really enjoying your page, A Day in September. I'm really sorry that I have not kept up with that. So, yeah, I fell off the rails like a week ago. It's coming back. It's coming back. You just mentioned that you're a little frustrated with how long it has been taking you, but you're doing a great job. Thank you. Thank you. Just think about how happy you will be at the end of the month when you look back at all the pages you completed and the stories of your family that you were able to capture and document, and you will be filled with a great sense of accomplishment. Yeah, for about a minute. I know I should be, but I don't know. I like the process of making a page. Like, that's what really makes me excited. And then I guess I do like the fact that I have a lot of pages done, because when I really started like the modern scrapbooking, my kids were babies, and I really wanted to, like, I was so, like, what if I die? Then they won't even know me. And so I thought about that woman that was on Oprah, and she had breast cancer. I know this sounds so morbid, but she, like, made all these videos for her daughter. And I should probably, like, I could totally do that, right, on YouTube even. But then I thought, well, I could do that with the scrapbooking so that they would have all of these papers after I'm, gone. But, so, especially if they were young, that was my big fear, is they wouldn't know, like, the essence of me. And I'm not sure you would get that from scrapbook pages. I really wish I would have taken more video of them growing up. I know that's way off topic, but the thing that frustrates me so much about video is you have to have, like, the proper device to play it. So we have videos from, not really from when I was growing up, but from when my parents were growing up, and no way to play them. And I know you can get them transferred and da-da-da, but it's not easy, right? But a paper, scrapbook layout, anybody can look at it, and you don't need anything to play it. So I'm looking over at all of my scrapbook albums over there, and there's a lot. And I'll tell you, my sister's in town. She's still sleeping. She's night owl, and I'm recording this in the morning, which is why the drapes are shut. Otherwise, like, all this light would be coming in, like, way more light than you could even see me. But so yesterday I was like, let me take you to the office, because at the office I have these bookshelves that are all, like, my family history, and, like, I opened one, so I have all these different notebooks, and I have them arranged from the Big Bang to, like, because we go back for centuries, and I have all of my dad's papers, all of my grandfather's papers, and it's like a library. I mean, like, welcome to my museum. The museum no one really wants to see except my immediate family, and maybe not even them. But so I opened one notebook, and she wanted to, like, take pictures of all the things, and I'm like, no, we don't have time. Like, I got the rest of the stuff to show you. And yeah, I think we were there for, I don't know, a couple of hours, and we barely touch the surface of all the stuff. So I was just like, if I'm dead, like, this is where it all is. It's all in these in these bookshelves and these file cabinets and this, and this. And so, because we've got a lot of artwork and my grandfather carved birds and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like, it's overwhelming how much I have from my family history, and I'm glad to have it, but I don't think in my lifetime I will ever get through all of it. I won't. I mean, there's too much there. It's like, it's so much. You can't even, like, when my dad died, I got like 13 huge boxes. It's all I got. But I got all of the the lawyer made sure that I got all of the family history documents from that whole long story. But so it's a lot, and that when I got the materials, my kids were still little, so I didn't have time to go through it. And now that they're a little older, I have a little bit more time. I have some time to go through it, but it's like, there's no way even if I could stop time, like Bewitched, I mean, it would be years to get through that stuff. And so I imagine that's how they'll feel about all my stuff and all my scrapbooks. I don't know if that will be their problem though, right? Just hope they have big houses so they can store all this stuff. But I do I take a picture of every layout. I put it on the blog. I don't have like a whole place where all of those digital images are. That would be nice. And sometimes I'll make a Shutterfly book of my layouts, but there's no like condensed version of all of it. So I'm sure some of it will be lost. But hopefully not all of it. And hopefully my stuff won't be on eBay someday. And that's I showed my sister that. That's my other little obsession, is like looking on eBay for pictures. I can put the right name, and I've been doing that a lot. It's so much fun. It's a little spendy though. You know how I'm frugal in funny ways. I a lot of times will think like, I'm not paying $5 for a pack of embellishments, but I'll pay like $20 for 5 old photos. So I know we all have our little quirks, right? So that's fine. Okay, way off topic. Okay. I don't remember where I was, but Tracy Zook said, nice trick to remember at a crop. I don't remember what my trick was, but cool. Adriana Black says, love your videos and oh, I already read that, didn't I? Okay. Here we go. Okay, so Mary M says, loved your layout. I liked your video, but I'm sorry, the video angle makes me dizzy. I have vertigo after a while. And that comment was on the story play where I did the pie chart. Huh. Yeah, I know it's not completely straight. That is frustrating. I don't know how to fix that, unfortunately. All I would say is maybe don't look up as much. I know that's not a great solution, but I'm not sure what to do about that. Next one is Casu Everyday Life. Pardon me. Yeah, the cold. And then I got a flu shot on top of it, so just want to sleep. But, Katie, I wanted to let you know that I'm really enjoying your page. Did I already read that? A Day in September challenge? I thought I already read that. I think I did. Okay, next up is, yeah, I did read that. Jock's Girl says, will you please explain scrap lifting? So scrap lifting is when you take another page as inspiration, and you can use that term very strictly or very loosely. So it's when you take, you look at somebody's page, maybe you see it on Pinterest or in the Get It Scrapped blog, they've got all sorts of pages, and then you make a page that's like, maybe the layout design is inspired by that page, or maybe the subject matter, or maybe the products that they're using. And so I've called I think on the blog, I've called this series that I've been doing with the story play at Get It Scrapped, I've been calling that Scraplifting Story Play. And I'm using that very loosely because for the most part, my pages are not looking anything like the pages in Story Play, the ebook. But the scraplifting is really taking inspiration from a page that's already exists and turning it into your own. And I've scraplifted pages where they're very, very exactly almost the same. And I like to do that when, especially around the time of CHA, when the new products are coming out, then I really get a kick out of like making a page that looks almost exactly like the new stuff, but with the old product. I think that's hilarious. I don't think everybody thinks that's hilarious, but I think it's fun. And so it's just taking inspiration from someone else's scrapbook page. And you can either copy them exactly, like down to the same products, or you can just use it as inspiration and then go off in your own direction. And so usually when you're scraplifting, it's nice if you're posting online to, refer to the source. So you might say, I scraplifted the design of this page from this other one. It's nice to give credit. It's nice. And I usually, when I do that, I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'm so happy you did that, So just give credit to whoever you scraplifted, and they will appreciate that. Okay, so next up is Jock's Girl Says, I am up really late as always. I know, me too. I don't sleep anymore. Sleep like 4 hours a night. It's bad. When I was younger, I could just lay down and fall asleep. It was lovely, and that never happens anymore. Do you hear that? That's my kid. That's my son who doesn't talk in school, but he's talking of kid. Okay, so of course it is quiet in my house. I heard the squeal from your children. Well, that's pretty funny because he was like almost on cue with that, right? And I froze. It scared the pants off of me. Sorry. Had to figure out where it came from. I had a good chuckle at my little scare. That's very funny. Yeah, I get creeped out at night too if I'm all by myself. Especially like when I lived up north and there'd be a basement, that would always creep me out. We don't have basements here in Florida. Okay, next up is Jock's Girl Says, I have a genealogy library in my city, but I have yet to use it. Do you find it beneficial? What information should I spend time researching when I go? I currently use FamilySearch.org. Do you think I will be able to find more information there than at home? So we have a genealogy library here in Pinellas County, Florida, in Largo. And the interesting thing about Florida is, people come here to die. So when they die, if they have a lot of family history material, a lot of times it goes to this library in Largo. So you can actually find family histories from all over everywhere, because little old ladies from New England come down here and die, and then they got all their stuff, and it a lot of times goes to this library. So it was kind of amazing to see that they had just so many file cabinets full of like all this information, like real papers. It was really, really amazing. And then my library also has, it's like a whole floor. It's impressive. There's a lot of space devoted. And what can you find there that you can't find online? And I mainly use Ancestry.com, which is a subscription. But I think it's somehow related to Family Search. I want to say they're both LDS in some way. I don't know that for sure. I think Family Search is. Let me just look at that for a second. FamilySearch.org. Yeah, I really haven't used Family Search. I think I've tried to a couple of times, but I mean, like, Ancestry.com is just meeting my needs so much that I haven't really needed to go anywhere else. But this looks pretty cool, actually. They've got some, like, cool looking charts. So I'll check that out. I think the benefit to your library is if you have a local genealogical society, go to the meetings, because then you'll meet people and you'll learn different things from the people. I've been to a couple of the meetings, but they're hard for me to get to. They're on a Saturday afternoon, and that's like the last, yeah, I just don't like to get out of the house much. But, so it's hard for me to get up to the meetings, but there's like a whole bunch, like, 100 old people. Most of the people in my genealogical society. And I live in Pinellas County, Florida, which is really like, they used to call where I live like God's waiting room. It's really, there's a lot of old people here. The median age in my neighborhood. We've been learning about median, mode, and mean, median, and mode. We've been doing that in 7th grade math, so I know all about that. But the median age or really not the median. Maybe the median. I don't know, because the median means like the middle number, and the mean actually means the average. But I think the average age where I live is 74. Yeah. So anyways, the in this genealogical society, like, pretty much that's how old people are. And they have lots of time on their hands, and so they can really, like, they'll go really far to help you. So I would say if you could use your local library, but really try to time it with if the Genealogical Society meets at the library, because probably they do. Find out about that. And then I was going to so the other thing is, my husband's mother's family is from Wales, and her last name is Parry, Parry, and she's from this place called Blaenau Festagong, or something like that. It's like this a slate mining town in Wales that, it's not like a city that's been there for hundreds of years. I mean, there's been farmers there for a long time, but it's really like in the 1800s they discovered slate there, and then like zillions of people came in, and then now nobody lives there anymore. But I've been trying to get information on her family, and there's only so many last names there, and every fifth person's last name is Perry, and so I've been trying to build up her family tree, and it's been so difficult. And I get all these messages on Ancestry like, that's not da-da-da-da-da. You got this wrong, you got that wrong. The Welsh people seem to be it's a lot like my mom. My mother-in-law is very precise and picky, which is fine because they want it to be right, which I get that. But anyways, I Googled her address, like in Wales, and I didn't come up with her, but I came up with a real estate agent with the same last name, Perry, that had that house for sale right now. And so I emailed him and said, I'm looking for Susanna Perry, and do you know anything about her? And he was like, I don't, but there's this old guy in my town, and he's like the local genealogist, and he's all super interested in that stuff. And so this guy, I wasn't there at the office, but called my office and was like, hi, this is so-and-so Perry from Wales. What would you like me to research for you? And so I think if you can just, find old people, and I mean that in a nice way, but they just have more time to spend on this, on the genealogy. And so so I would go check out the library. When I went to the library, though, it was really there's so much here. you really need someone to kind of show you where everything is and what you can see. You're going to have more, there's going to be more things in person, especially like old maps. There were tons of old maps, and those were pretty interesting to look at the library. But I'd say, rather than library, look for this is Genealogical Society. Unless you're really good at libraries. Okay, next up is Crafty Maggie. I start my scrapbooking process by picking out the pictures and then the paper and the embellishments last. Me too, usually. I love watching how other people do it. I scrap in chronological order just like Jock's Girl. That's why I start with the pictures. Thank you for sharing your old videos. Okay, cool. Those were, and I call those the Scrapbook Replay. I made them a couple years ago. Shauna Smith. Hi, Katie. Why I'm watching you. I'm working on Project Life. I really enjoyed this layout. You do a good job. Thank you. Cool. And then a couple of people, if my video is upside down, please do leave a comment because I can just turn it right side up. Okay, so Crafty Maggie says, this page turned out cute. This is an old one. I love the pocket. I should do more scrapbooking like that. I was watching today while my husband was home, so he was kind of listening. He thought it was weird how you got onto different subjects. Yeah, that's the different thing about me, right? But when you were telling the story about the painting your boyfriend gave you, I went to put my earphones on and turn the volume down so he wouldn't hear it, and he got upset because he wanted to hear the ending of the story. He thought it was so hilarious. I love your videos and all the different things you talk about. So yeah, she's talking about, so I had this boyfriend in college who made, he was artistic, not autistic, artistic, and so he made all these paintings and he gave them to me, and then we broke up, went our separate ways, and I wasn't like hoarding them or anything, but I still had all of those paintings. Like, he didn't ask for them back, and it didn't really occur to me, but anyways, I had them, and so that's when I was living in the apartment I lived in when I was in law school, and then after, then when I got married, I moved in with my husband and into the house we live in now, and so I couldn't just leave the paintings, and I couldn't, so I just put them in a box, and they came to to my house, and then they got in, the back of a closet. A couple of them were pretty big, but I never felt like I could throw them away. And he wasn't on, and this was way before Facebook, but he's not even on Facebook now. But I also was like, I don't really want to call him and say, oh yeah, do about these. And I thought he probably moved away, which he did. But then my daughter was friends with, and he was Lithuanian, but my daughter had this little friend whose mother was from Lithuania, and we went over to, so I'm telling the story all over again, I know, but we went over to bake cookies with this little girl's mom, who's the sweetest lady ever, and she's so crafty, and we were making these the sugar cookies that you paint, but hers came out looking better than Martha Stewart, and tasting really good too. And so I said, I didn't know where she was from, and I said, where are you, 'cause she had an accent, where are you from? And she said, Lithuania. I said, oh, I used to have a Lithuanian boyfriend. And she's like, who is it? I'm like, you won't know him. She's like, who is it? And so anyways, I told her who it was, and turns out she was best friends with his little brother's wife. And so, anyways, I gave her the paintings, and then she gave them to the little brother, and then the little brother's, who's my age, but the little brother's daughter, who's my daughter's age, now has those paintings in her bedroom. So they got back to the right family, the right place. I thought that was funny. It was funny. And speaking of old boyfriends, because I like all my old boyfriends. They're all still good. But so Monday night, so today is Saturday, but Monday night we're going to the Tom Petty concert with my high school boyfriend. So, and he'll be there. And but he got tickets for my sister and my dad. Not my sister and my dad. My sister and my husband, not my dad. And my daughter and a couple friends of ours, and we're gonna go, and he'll be there with his new girlfriend, so that'll be fun. And he is really, I just kind of look at those people like they knew you at a time in your life, and so he knew, he just feels like an old friend now. Okay, let's see. Okay, so next up says, Docs Girl says, quite honestly, it's all the chatter, all the I know. When I watch these, I cringe. And all the pauses, all the breaks you take to walk across the room and grab something that makes us feel welcome into your scrapbook room and to scrap along with you. Please don't take any of that away from us. So, and that's Sarah Lee. Hi, Sarah. I gotta remember that's your name. And the next person said, it's like TW Big Dog Girl. Your videos are great. I hate it when people speed up the videos. It makes them harder to follow. And so I was kind of thinking about that idea of speeding up the videos, and I think that the people that watch my videos are like, no, don't do that. So, and the next couple of comments are pretty much, I like the real-time videos. The Big Dog Girl says, I think she's talking about the storm video. She thought that was funny. And so I think I'm going to end now. We're going to go out on the boat today with my sister. And yeah, I didn't get to all of the comments, but I think that's pretty good. But leave comments. I love to read your comments, and I get them like as an email, and I don't always respond immediately, just because of the way, I don't know how my phone works, but I thank you. I love the comments, and I love hearing back from you and what you like, and I'm glad you like what I do, because it really is the easiest way for me to make these. And I found that I really enjoy while I'm creating. I like to talk, and this helps me to not be talking to myself. So, okay, yeah. And so the next video I'm going to make is to show you what's in here. And this is a Jenny Bullen kit. And I can't show you probably more than that at this point. But I think that it's either going to be up on their blog on September 30th or October 15th, something like that. So you'll see that soon. And then I'll put these videos live when I do that. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And then as soon as I finish with this, I'll be back to Story Play, and I'll bring those kits back out. Good? Okay. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your patience. I know that I'm a very sporadic video maker. Yeah, okay. Goodbye, people.